Why am I making these micro-documentaries? Well, in part, it's to share with you some of the life of Tilly Wedekind. In part, it's to unpack some of the components of storytelling and hopefully intrigue you to want to come and see Tilly Nobody. And in part, it's to create what Stanislavsky calls the second level. Now, the second level is a bit more than, it's a bit different, I should say, from subtext, in that it's a whole kind of bulk of resonance that lies beneath the words and the actions that truly bonds the actor with the character. It's a kind of treasure trove of information. If one way that I like to think of it is if the text is the tip of the iceberg, the second level is all this stuff underneath that creates a kind of resonance for the audience that not only bonds the actor with the character, but it also bonds the performer with the audience. Here's what I mean by this second level. Well, not only was Frank Wedekind writing some incredibly liberated female roles, he was also a very romantic poet. Here's an example from his poem, The Weather Vane, which is in very many ways about the vulnerability we feel when we're falling in love. Do you believe that I am in love because I adore you again? Hither you turn, thither you turn, beautiful weather vane. Then there's the last poem he wrote before his death, which was called For Tilly, and it has the repeating refrain, Tilly gives me another kiss, the perfect moment she doesn't miss. As I've been exploring the second level with Tilly, I found myself very much connecting to how susceptible she must have felt to Frank Wedekind's romance and poetry. The second time the man that I've renamed Henry came to see me sing European torch songs, he gave me this document. 49 articles proposed by a Vatican Council of the Senses to determine the nature of Alison Knott and why she can only be adored. Here are some of my favorite articles. Article 9, because she reminds one of the lion on treacle tins, of the turrets and sun-faded tapestries of Camelot, of gaslight bars in Berlin and Paris where doomed poets go to die, of secret gardens and secret diaries. Because she takes life so seriously and earnestly and fiercely, like a sweet young warrior saint. Remember my connection to Joan of Arc mentioned in one of the previous episodes? I was 25. Nobody had ever described me in this way before. How could I not feel heard and seen and loved? Then there's the very prophetic, because she reminds me of Wedekind's LULU. There's a line in Tilly Nobody where Tilly describes the feeling on stage as being like flying from a dark cage towards the light. For me, the second level contributes to that possibility in performance. And I would certainly love to think that the audience feel that they're flying from a dark cage towards the light.